was hyped about that final image in the preview for episode 72. And speaking of previews, ever since we got the preview for episode 71, it seems like the build up, the hype was for the final scene with Goku being killed off by Hit. The fact we're getting introduced to a new arc, the Hit assassination arc. So the build up was already there, but the build up in this episode, the way this episode starts off with pretty much the prelude. Now I'm sorry, but usually when an episode starts off like that, it kind of throws off the sense of disbelief because one, it kind of reveals the fact that Goku's going to come back sooner rather than later because otherwise you wouldn't have thrown that so quick. But if you notice, even without noticing the preview, but that being said, the way this episode went down, it was pretty much a build-up. The way the build-up went down was with Goku trying to sense what's around him because he was pretty much on edge pretty much the entire episode, trying to sense what's around him, trying to sense who's around him. And this obviously led to some comedy gags throughout the episode, like, for instance, when Gigi calls Goku into the house to eat. The way Goku's acting uncharacteristic because he was eating, but he's only eating one strand of rice, which is not that Goku at all. Actually, when we go to the barbecue scene at Gohan and Vidal's place, he's actually picking out. So, and while he's eating it, I guess he's trying to sense what's around him. And then what he senses was he's like, Gigi, there's a cockroach behind the fridge. So that was funny. And then obviously he senses somebody's at the door, and we couldn't find out it's the mailman. And obviously Goku kind of terrorizes him. So this becomes a gag. And obviously Gohan and Goten realize something is off, so they end up telling him. Now we cut away to Beerus's planet, and Vegeta's training with Whis. Beerus asks where's Goku because he should be training for the upcoming tournament. Now we already got some insight. I already made a video about the multiverse, I guess the Universal Survival arc that's coming up next year. But Beerus does reference that because he says that Zeno could make the announcement at any time, so Goku has to be in top shape. Our main man. Then he also references the fact if Zeno isn't pleased because of Goku's lack of performance, what do you think is going to happen to this universe? So that immediately pisses off Vegeta because actually he doesn't like Goku being complimented that way, because obviously Vegeta's been shone down. Listen, that could be the main man too, so obviously that motivates Vegeta. And right away something is off with Whis, because the impression you get is like Whis kind of he tries to sense what's going on, and he realizes, oh, that's what's going on. And Vegeta's like, you know something, don't you? And then Vegeta thinks it's something to do with the training, like he's giving Goku extra training methods, but that's not the case. It looks like Whis is kind of reading into what's going on, and that's why he doesn't tell Vegeta. I'm assuming that's the case. It doesn't matter because Vegeta's motivated anyway. He says, I'm going to take on my own training, and I'm going to take on the schedule of Goku, and I'm going to mix into my own training. So, and then Vegeta powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, so that was epic. It shows that Vegeta is going to be ready, at least one of the prime players for this arc, if that's the way this is going down. Then we go back to cut back to Earth, and we find out Gohan and go to this hill, and Gohan realizes he may get spotted if they go casually. So which doesn't make a lot of sense because Goku's already saying he's seen Gohan as the Great Saiyaman, so that makes no sense. It's just a comedy gag. And Goten actually realizes I'm not wearing that stupid outfit. So I guess Goten over the past year he's got a little bit wiser. So he realizes it's not cool. It becomes a gag because they follow him through a cinema and obviously disrupted the movie, and then they obviously follow him to a lingerie store. Now that was hilarious because Goku had his eyes closed the entire time. So he says something's up. I need to open my eyes. I can't take this anymore. And it's like he sees all he sees in front of him that Brian panics, and Goku's like, this is messed up. So he's run out of the place. So that's funny. And then he's running across the road, and then he almost gets run over by Bulma, which is a complete shout out to the very first episode of Dragon Ball. Only this time Goku doesn't get sent flying. But it doesn't even matter because Bulma gets out super pissed and actually tries to punch Goku, but he actually dodges the punch because obviously he's on edge the entire episode. So it's like no, fuck that, I'm not getting hit by anybody. And that's the, then he kind of lets go on and goes in on what's going on with he realizes somebody's after his life, and Goku can sense it. And as that's going on, we cut to the planet where Hit is. Now, we obviously see standing in the background. We see the I guess a prison of some sorts. We see it lighting up. But we also find out that Frost has broken it. I guess he's the one that broke out that prison and is causing that huge riot. Because we get the news that Frost has broken out. I'm assuming he's going to show up at the tournament because he's got unfinished business with not only Vegeta but also probably Goku as well. And actually Hit's the one that fucked him up in the first place. So I guess Frost's going to make an appearance at the tournament. I think this is going to be a setup to that tournament. This is going to be a setup arc anyway, judging the way this episode carries itself. So Hit's wandering through the planet. He goes up to a mansion. Now we all assumed that boss, the mafia boss, we don't get to find out his name because he gets killed off in this episode by Hit. We thought he'd be the one who put Hit onto that assassination to kill Goku, but no, he's too much of a scrub for that. So turns out he's nothing but another target for Hit. Obviously, Hit uses his time loop ability to go past the guards. They don't stand a chance. Then he goes up to the office. Now this is kind of interesting too because he kind of he tells the mafia boss, "I'm here to kill you." Obviously, the boss is trying to bribe his way out by saying, "You can have all this money. You can have all this. You can have this mansion." Hit's not interested. He's only interested in killing, I guess, or assassination. He pierces the mafia boss through the heart, and that's pretty much him over with. But when we see him, the first thing we see him is standing in front of a grave. And then once he's killed the mafia boss, he throws a necklace over the grave. I guess in some sorts it's more or less like a trophy. Our hunter, after killing an animal, I know it's not pleasant, but would kill off an animal and hang it up like a trophy. That's pretty much how Hit is handling his victim, I guess. And then you see him pull out I guess a crystal. It turns out it's a projection. And then we see his next target is Goku, but we don't know who put him up to it. But if you look at the preview, it may reveal a couple of things, very interesting things. So then we go back to Earth, and obviously Goku is pretty much at the barbecue, and then Gohan makes Piccolo aware of what's going on. And now this is a couple of things that I found very interesting. It looks like Goku told Gohan and Goten that Hit is the one that is after his life because he tells Piccolo, Piccolo tells Gohan, something is up, you're keeping a secret, boy. And Gohan kind of tells Piccolo what's going on. And then Piccolo says nobody should be capable of killing off Goku that easily, and to the point where it's getting Goku concerned. But then Gohan says, it's that assassin called Hit. And that freaks Piccolo out because Piccolo has seen Hit in action. Gohan hasn't. That's the thing you have to keep in mind too. But right as they're having the conversation, then Goku wakes up. He senses a Hit, and then he knows he's being tailed, so he flies off to, I guess, lead Hit to the secluded area where to make sure that Gohan and the rest don't get involved. But that's too late for that because they're already aware of what's going on. And then Goten runs out, and they kind of give chase to catch up with Goku. And Piccolo's like, something, I have a bad feeling about this. And we see Goku trying to sense what's around him or who's around him because he hits there. He senses his energy barely behind a rock, and then all you see is Hit appear right behind him. That shot right there gave you the suspense that Hit's going to kill Goku from behind, but no, that's not how it goes down. Hit tells Goku to turn around, and Goku's already aware that Hit behind him anyway. So, but we couldn't find out. His code is kind of like his pretty much is not killing from behind; he's killing from the front. So he does have his own, I guess, his own code, even though it's random killing. But and then Goku's like, "Oh, it's been a long time. Your time leap ability is not going to work because I've been training the whole year." But that obviously references the fact that so is Hit, and it looks like that's the case because Hit throws his fist out, and the first thing you think he's going to do is like throw a jab, but that's not the case. It's like Goku's like, that's not going to hit me from there. Turns out Hit pulls out a new technique, and Goku's actually trying to launch a couple of punches. They go straight through him, almost like a projection, so that doesn't work. So I wonder what that is. It's either super speed or something else. So, and then obviously Hit throws his fist out, and then Goku's trying to launch a ki blast, but it releases a shockwave. That's what it looked like, a shockwave that pierces Goku straight through the heart, and that's how Goku ends up being killed. Now, one thing too, I do reference even before then, Hit was like, if you just disappear, I'll make it seem like I killed you off. So I guess in a way, Hit does have some respect for Goku. So, but Goku's like, no, fuck that noise. If you want to kill me, do it. Go for it, bro. So obviously that's Goku's way. Obviously, it ends off with Goku being killed. Now, Goku says, Hit references the fact that I will come back and visit your grave. But if you, and obviously it ends with Gohan and Goten and Piccolo arrive at the scene. But then you get the preview, and it's like, it was kind of obvious that Goku's going to be revived, but now it's like, okay, it's going to get revived in the very next episode, or it turns out that Goku's not actually dead. And there's going to be a round 2, there's going to be a rematch between Hit and Goku. It looks like more of a serious fight, more than anything else. But if you notice that final scene of a new God of Destruction appearing, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a complete look-alike. Look at the skin. It looks like Beerus and Champa. And that's pretty much how the preview ends. And that's getting me hyped because he might be the one who's also putting Hill to the assassination of Goku. Or maybe, we don't know. But like I said, this arc maybe end up being a setup arc for the upcoming Multiverse tournament that's coming out next year. So other than that, this episode was total hype. What a way to kick off this arc. With Goku, at the time, we think was pretty much be killed off. Looks like it's going to be a rematch next episode. So, but I'm assuming since next week's Christmas Day, I'm assuming that's not going to be coming out until 2 weeks. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you did appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment, rate, subscribe. Catch you guys later.